DBJ, of course, going through this environmental thing. Using the rules for your classic pit trap, spiked pit, um, spike trap that launches out like arrows or darts or something like that, and falling traps like boulders and whatnot, falling debris, falling boulders. Um, Grab a book, pull those stats out, and make those natural environmental effects, right? So let's take a pit trap for example, right? Okay, yeah, you can have characters going through the woods. They're walking through the woods. There's like hills, valleys, rocky outcroppings, maybe open fields or something. And yes, you can have villagers dig a big old pit, cover it with leaves and stuff, and the players fall into it. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a hand built pit trap or spike trap or something like that. Make it natural. Players are walking along. Players roll their, you do your whole. Everybody's got to be careful. Everybody roll a couple of perception rolls just to make sure you don't see anything, and then even give the ranger a couple of hints. Hey, this is far out in the woods. You got to be careful of your or the druid. Tells the other player characters we've got to be careful about our footing. You don't want to accidentally fall into something. Dwarven barbarians going along, or you got your cleric or whoever is out there, your warlock sorcerer or whoever the hell you want to be, and missed your perception roll, fall into a pit, just a natural pit, boom, fall in there, keep on going. Maybe there's an effect where there's the dreadwood, there's a wasteland, a volcanic wasteland, there's a winter blizzard or something like that, and a natural effect of the environment is to have spikes come after someone, and that could be as simple as a tree branch breaking off and being blown through the air. It could be as simple as shards of ice falling from a cliffside. It can be as simple as boulders naturally. Maybe there's a valley with these weird, strange boulders just like precariously perched atop these mounds. And as the player characters are going along, they accidentally fall down. The winds blow by. Maybe one of the player characters does something that's very loud. And then boom, all the boulders start falling down and the player characters have to run away from it. Just use your simple, break out your stats for your traps, open up a module, open up the DMG, break out the stats for traps, and just turn them into natural environmental aspects. And, just throw something in there that's different. Just wanted to make a little short video about that. You can always, just like using stat blocks for creatures, use stat blocks for traps and even poisons and things, and make that a natural part of the environment. Of course, don't set it up just to hose your characters. Player characters can absolutely walk around and accidentally poke themselves on brambles or a bush or something, or stumble upon a swarm of bees or whatever, and be stung and poisoned and that kind of thing. But I would refrain from making it, a save versus death kind of thing. Just throw some environmental things out there just to annoy them, essentially. Hey, you're walking along the field and there's you stumble upon a swarm of ground wasps or something, and they swarm around you. So now you're at -2, or you're at disadvantage until you get healed. Your arms and face are swollen and stuff, and you're going to have to wait a day for the cleric to pray for his, remove poison or disease spell or something like that, right? So just throw some environmental things out there. Just use stat blocks. Just rename them. Use it for the desert or swamps or rivers or wastelands or frozen tundra. Frozen tundra absolutely can have pits. It can absolutely have avalanches that fall on people. Same thing with the desert. They're going through the sand dunes and walking up and down these sand dunes. Can the sand dune collapse on them and get them stuck in there? Sure. Quicksand is another thing. Sinkholes. Great opportunity to throw some extra environmental things in there, especially when it's boring, where they have a long trip they have to go on, or hell, throw those in, and when the player characters are scrambling around, bam, they get attacked by some goblinoids that you felt were going to be boring in the first place. But if a player character falls in some quicksand, and they're the wizard, and they're the best one able to handle this, who stops to help the wizard out of the quicksand when they are attacked by, a group of goblins or something? So anyway, just DBJ, trying to add some more flavor into the game, using the environment. I love using the environment. I've got to get some live plays in there to let you guys see how I utilize them in a live gameplay setting. But between the big three that Wizards of the Coast has established, between combat, social interaction, and exploration, I love using the environment as that triumvirate, that third aspect, just to challenge players, get them to think out the norm, and to take everybody out of the gray room with the white walls, to make the setting more alive. So anyway, DBJ, use stat blocks for traps, use stat blocks for poisons, and turn them into natural environment. So anyway, I'm out. Thanks, guys.